Well, let me just make sure I'm logged into the Discord. I've had to fix the I've uploaded a new map. Well, not new map. I've rolled back to a different version of the map because there was an issue. There was an issue with the silage. The alfalfa bunker wasn't working. Or wasn't working correctly. And I tried playing around last night with it after I finished streaming. I couldn't get it to work. The problem I was having with the alfalfa bunker was that it was either after having tipped the alfalfa in it, squished it, covered it and that, fermented it, when I uncovered it to collect it, all the alfalfa was pretty much gone. So if, for example, I put 90,000 litres of alfalfa in the bunker, and then when I uncovered it in game the other day on the server and collected it, I only got 16,000 litres of silage, which is clearly wrong. So I was trying to fix that, and I was playing around with it last night, and I ended up then with the opposite scenario, whereby if I put 90,000 litres of alfalfa in the bunker, literally the second it was tipping, coming out of the back of the trailer, it was doubling. So I ended up with 180,000 litres. And I was like, I just can't be doing with that. Can't be doing with that. So I've removed the bunker that I planned. Good evening, Mr. Helgi.
When I go to this download map, the Google Drive, and then I put the search, and I enter big, and the big tractor or whatever it is didn't show up. When I enter auto, it doesn't show up, and I spam the refresh button, and I don't understand it. Yeah, and then we talk and we discuss, and then when I search sort by name, and I go to F and I go to B, it's not there, and then all of a sudden, poof, it pops up, and on the downloader, poof, pops up. So either you have just uploaded it, or the Google Drive was late. I don't know. I mean, this is what I don't understand.
The Google Drive might be late because I definitely uploaded the 4 updates to the Google Drive before I even logged on the server.
Yeah, I saw the map.
Before I stopped the server and started uploading them on the server, because I thought it makes sense because it takes longer to upload them to the server than it does the Google Drive. And if I try to upload to the server and Google Drive at the same time, then it's just slowing both down. A bit like when your wife starts download it, everything.
I was able to download the map and the placeable factories.
Yeah.
Because they were sorted at the latest date, because normally I sort by date.
Yeah, because normally when I'm updating mods and that, it's done by date order when I've done an update.
Then the server was not there. I mean, I couldn't find the server in game. Then the server was there, and it tells me 2 mods are missing. And then I couldn't find them on the on the Google Drive. So
yeah, I should have used better language. There was 2 mod updates, the map and the placeable factories, and then there was 2 whole new mods, new mods which we haven't had before. But the new mods will have the date that they have on the mod hub.
Okay.
Because when they were added by Giants to the mod hub, and because they're not something that I need to edit because they're just trailers, I haven't got to do any fiddling with those. I haven't had to edit them. They don't get a new date. They don't get an updated date.
That doesn't matter, but in this case, I can find it when I enter big or auto. Yeah, I should find them because they are named like that. But like I said, it didn't find it first. Then I said, why is it again named differently? Yeah, the zip file, but it isn't. The zip file is exactly named like the mod. So it was not there on the Google Drive. But anyway, I'm in the game.
And so am I. And I'm placing the alfalfa silo and
where is the radial menu? It's not there. I just get into the cap when I press this right stick. No radial menu.
I need to spin. I might have to rotate that one round. It might be facing the wrong way.
I personally think the radial menu, I'm not sure if you need that.
Well, you kind of do, because things like extend the auger in cattle and crops, start to dump the crop into the trailer. You can't bind keys for those.
That's the problem.
The key binding menu in cattle and crops is seriously lacking.
The combinations or whatever.
Well, it just doesn't give you the options. Like you go into.
Yeah, you need the context button. Like when you are in the car or in the tractor, you have certain buttons, or in the harvester.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, in Farm Simulator, when you go to key bindings in Farm Simulator, keyboard controls or gamepad controls, you scroll down that list. It's a flipping big list, isn't it? All the different things in this game that you have to have buttons for. You then look at the button list for cattle and crops. It's only about fucking 6 lines. There is so much stuff in cattle and crops that you cannot bind buttons for, which means you're forced,
because they haven't defined the function yet.
Which is why you're forced to use that radial menu. And I just don't like.
But you can also assign functions in the radial menu to your quick bar.
Yes, but the problem is, as I've explained several times in the stream today, because I've gone into the game and tried to bind functions in the game to match the same buttons in Farm Simulator, I can no longer use those functions on the quick bar. For example, in cattle and crops, I use right button and square to turn my tractor ignition on and off to start my tractor, like you do in this game. Now that button has disappeared off the quick bar. I can't assign anything to it because it won't let you overlap. It won't let you overlap functions and buttons. So everything that I've changed to match up, like folding a piece of equipment, left button and A. Lowering a piece of equipment, left button and circle. Turning on a seeder, sprayer, harvester, left button square, or left button X, or whatever it is that we use in this game. I've set those keybinds in cattle and crops to match so that my limited brain capacity can play both games using the same muscle memory that I have for having spent, all the hours I've spent.
Yeah, but it doesn't match. It doesn't work.
And now,
like you said, with the radial menu, it doesn't work. And
yeah, I can't assign
I'm trying to really remember the buttons in both games. Yeah? I mean, probably I'm mixing them up, but eventually you will remember them, or you just play the other game anymore, only the other game, yeah? And not both. I don't know.
Oh, I could never do that. I could never play one more than the other. If I was going to do that, then I would end up playing. Where's the tractors disappeared to? There's only one tractor here. Have you not robbed your tractor and left mine at the BGA?
I took one tractor, and now I'm taking the trucks.
See, I would have had the Fent follow the case, as that was what I was doing.
Yeah, I didn't do the follow me. I was in the middle of explaining stuff, so my brain didn't check on this function. Follow me? What is that? There is no follow me mod in cattle and crops. Ah, this is not cattle and crops. The graphics looks nice.
Graphics look a lot nicer in this game than cattle and crops.
It's more natural. I mean, in cattle and crops, do you think looks nicer?
No, cattle and crops looks like a very early edition of Farm Sim. Like somebody said in the chat this afternoon, it looks like FS13.
Yeah.
FS13 or
Well,
FS15.
I don't know. I don't know FS13, but I mean, it doesn't look natural enough. Yeah? I mean, some things look better than in Farm Sim, but like maybe the vehicles and
the graphics
but
in Cattle and
the
Crops
texture
definitely
and
look like a game that was started development 3 years ago. And was in early access 3 years ago. The graphics obviously are something they haven't ever updated since they started making the game.
and they also need to, and they are going to update the the performance of the rendering. They changed the rendering engine.
Yeah, I
Want
know they changed
up.
engines midway through early access. They went to this new, was it CX engine or whatever it is. In fact, they did that. Was that early this year?
Could be, but that's not what they changed. They changed the rendering engine. I think that's probably something different. I don't know. The developer, one of the three managers of this company, was streaming, and he was saying that they are going to change it, and it will speed up many times the performance. So, like, you get whatever 10, 50, whatever FPS more. And you should not max out the sliders. That's what they said in the graphics settings for distance of view and stuff. Yeah, whatever. Let's see, what can we do now? There's nothing to do on this farm. Holy cow. Can't be. Field 11 needs to be seeded.
Yes, we need to do some seeding. We need to decide what we're putting on field 11.
Some crop.
Oh yeah, some crop would be
some
nice.
Stuff.
Some stuff.
That would be a good start, huh?
Squish, chicken, squish.
It's a big field. Can you put on a big field? Sunflowers. Soybeans. What are we having on the other fields? So field 4 is soybeans. We don't have canola anywhere. 5 is potatoes.
We could do sunflowers.
Huh?
We could do sunflowers.
Five?
I just check this.
Is 5 oats or potatoes?
You don't have to plough after you don't have to plough after sunflowers.
Huh?
We could do sunflowers on field 11. We won't get any straw, but it's no problem. No problem. And the sunflowers will go down to the sunflower factory. Take the Lemken. Grab the horse.
Which one do you want? You want the blue one or the red one?
This one.
I thought the red one matches the red rock.
I'm going to have to put some seed in it. Somebody was planting potatoes with this last and hasn't filled it up. Wonder who that was.
I wanted to say before you ended the stream that the forage harvesting is very nice. However, after forage harvesting, the next step is that you are driving the pickup tractor. Huh? And in my game, it was the ground was so wet that I got stuck. So now I had to switch to arcade mode in order to drive.
I would avoid
In the
driving
tutorial.
I would probably avoid driving on the field. Let the forage harvester throw the stuff over to me.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
I'd let it.
But why do they set the tutorial? I mean, the dev told that they have to modify these tutorials, that the that the weather conditions are not so severe, that you get stuck in the mud while doing a tutorial. It has nothing to do with mud or anything.
I think it goes back to, like I say, what I've seen posted on the forum. That the realistic physics aspect needs some work because it's not working right, because the weights are wrong. The vehicle weights and stuff are massively wrong in it. They're not scaled properly. I think basically if you play on realistic settings, your tractors in game weigh about 10 times more than they're supposed to, which is why they sink and get stuck in the mud so much more easily.
I mean, I put it on medium and so far it worked.
Yeah, I'm playing.
But even on medium, it was, the tractor didn't move a millimeter. With the trailer, of course. And then I unhooked the trailer and the tractor still didn't move. It couldn't get off the field. It was like driving in a swimming pool.
And I'm seeding. But that's all fun and games. I'm sure I'll get to that bit next time I play it, and have fun getting stuck in the mud.
They could add this to this farm simulator, that you get some tracks when you're driving, that the tractors leave some marks, deeper marks in the field and stuff. Yeah, would be nice. Also, GPS would be nice, but that's an in-game function, right? In Farm Sim? GPS?
GPS would be nice in Farm Sim.
No, I mean GPS in Farm Sim is a in-game function, right?
No. GPS is a mod.
Yeah? Ah, it's a mod, okay.
Yeah, it's the guidance steering mod. There's no GPS in vanilla Farm Sim.
Which is absolutely
which is crazy.
Impossible. Yeah?
Every freaking real tractor in the world today and harvester and a piece of equipment uses GPS.
Yeah.
So why Farm Sim can't add GPS? I don't know.
And how they do that in cattle and crops is great. I mean, even if you want to see the lines, you can lift it up to be above the crops, which is great.
Well, again, bit of trivia for you. In Farm Sim 17, the GPS mod in Farming Sim 17 was made by the person who made the GPS for cattle and crops. The GPS mod in Farm Sim 17 functions very similar. It has a little menu. It has a little menu that pops up where you can click on all the different buttons and do all the different settings.
To be honest, I saw who was it? The Squirrel playing Farm Sim 17 using that line adjustment. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
And then after he released that mod for Farm Sim 17, he got hired by the cattle and crops people to work on the system for cattle and crops, which is why he didn't do GPS for this game, and why he's not done any mods for this game, because obviously he now works for cattle and crops. I don't know if the same guy that did the GPS mod is also part of their AI worker team. I think he might be, for doing the help.
Maybe they hired some people. Maybe they hired some people that did cosplay. But to be clear about this AI thing, I mean, it works great, very clearly, but the advantage of the AI in cattle and crops is that it's a fixed map. So if somebody in cattle and crops produces at one point a new map, they will have, certainly they have to have preset trails and tracks for the AI to drive on, at least to the field edges or something like that. I think that's what they did. The roads, where they drive on the roads, where they drive everywhere.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
son
it
of a
works so
bitch.
flawlessly.
Got to put the cedar down.
But also the way the helpers find their way on the field. It's great. I mean, they have to know, where are you? Where's the harvester? Where do I have to drive to? Where's the crop?
Of course they need to know where you are and where the harvester is so they can park directly in front of you like that idiot did to me tonight. Fucking numpty. Park right
That's
in
what I
front of
don't
me.
understand. That's what I don't understand. Why did he do it? But it was the same when I played this same tutorial. I was at the edge, at the end of the row, and then I tried to turn around, and the tractor drove into me. Wanted to go
I think the reason
earlier around the bend. Yeah.
I think the reason he did it was because I went into the radio menu and I think I hit the wrong button. I folded the pipe in when he was alongside me. Instead of starting to unload, I hit the wrong button and it brought the pipe in again. Because again, you get so used to Farm Simulator where you put your pipe out and as soon as the trailer drives under it, it just automatically starts to empty. The fact that you have to go into that radio menu and press a separate button to get the harvester to unload. And I don't know about you, again, you're playing with an Xbox controller, I'm playing with a PlayStation controller. But on that radio menu, I find it doesn't always stay on the option that I want to click on.
It's difficult because
it moves.
Yeah, you move the thing, you move with the right stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to press A for the green button with your right thumb.
Yeah.
But the thumb is already occupied with the stick.
It's already on the right stick.
This is so illogical. Yeah. I mean, I want the radio menu on my left stick, and then I select and press the right button. Huh?
When I was
but
doing
you also have to do right bumper and stick to adjust the level, the fill level, or the loading level, or whatever. Yeah. Or fertilizer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one I was having an issue with when it was asking me to change the spray rate on the fertilizer machines to reduce or increase the spray rate. It's left button and right stick up and down, but again, it moves the radial wheel because the radial menu is the right stick. It's like,
That is a little awkward. Yeah, I would like that to be changed. Yeah. Not sure if you can redefine these buttons.
No, as I was explaining, the left stick and right stick are hard-coded. You can't rebind those.
Okay.
So, like, when you press the left stick and you get the cursor thing come up, you can't disable that. Because it's hard-coded to be left-click. And like I say, I've said a couple of times, I wanted to set the left-click to be something different. You know, like in this game, I press left-click to activate the GPS. Of
course. Yeah, me too. Which I like. But on the other hand, why would you have to press it? In cattle and crops, you don't press it. Yeah? You just say, follow the line, and then it follows the line.
Well, to turn the auto steer on and off, because otherwise you have to open the menu and click that little steering wheel icon.
Yeah.
I would like to just be able to turn the auto steer on and off at a click.
Yeah.
Because like when I was trying to drive around the edge of the field with the harvester to pick the bits up that it missed, the harvester was constantly all the time trying to go back onto the line. It was constantly trying to bite me, and I was having to constantly keep using the lefts, constantly keep having to steer to stop it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I had the same thing.
So having the option just to click a button to turn off the auto steer whilst I'm manually driving would be great.
Yeah, when you manually drive, you have to constantly steer in order to not allow the auto steer to steer.
And it's like when I get to the end of a row in cattle and crops, I would like to be able to click a button to turn off the auto steer so I can reverse and turn the tractor around or the harvester or whatever without it trying to auto
hit the trees,
load it, auto position itself onto another row and onto a line, because sometimes that's the hardest bit. You're trying to drive around the trees and it's flipping one, and the auto steer wants to drive on the line that's going to drive it into the tree. It's like, no, you idiot, I want to go round the tree.
I think what these developers lack, they lack playing Farm Simulator. They don't have many hours in Farm Simulator. They definitely looked at it, but they have not played for hours, for hundreds of hours. Maybe they have only watched Mr. CLP.
Mr. CLP.
They should have watched your streams or your YouTube videos in order to learn more about Farm Simulator.
Yeah, look at it. Boy, did I spend some time last night trying to work out that silage bunker. Trying to get that fixed. I even posted on Stevie's page if he knew how to fix it. But obviously he's very busy at the moment, so I didn't reply.
So you just stopped doing it, yeah?
Somebody else was trying to tell me how to fix it, but their solutions were just not, I wasn't interested. They were like, download Maze Plus because that'll fix it. And I'm like, no, I don't really want to download a mod that completely changes all the straw system and silage system and animal system to make one bunker work. No thank you. And then they were like, oh, we'll download this other mod called More Bunker Silos. I was like, definitely not, because I know that mod breaks Straw Harvest add-on and stops you being able to use the pallet sell point because it's on the Straw Harvest Discord page. Do not use that mod. So I was like, no. I says, I shouldn't need to download any mods. It should be possible to do it without mods, because the last map I played on, you was able to do it. It had a bunker that let you make compost. We used it loads of times. Mr. Helgi loved making compost and selling compost on La Coronella.
I think Cattle and Crops it's not using scripts or something. They have a different system, I think. They have also an editor that you can use. And they have the console command, which is the button left of the 1 key.
Oh, I haven't got into that realm yet. I haven't even looked at the modding side of things and console commands and stuff.
Now, if you use console, you definitely lose any Steam. What's good?
I've not even looked at that to do with cattle and crops yet. I think until I've actually
you lose achievements, Joe.
Until I've completed the game and done all the tutorials and scenarios, I'm not going to look at mods and stuff. Obviously, once
I will be so exhausted when I completed the tutorial that I can't play the game anymore.
Once I've completed the game and done the scenarios and tutorials, then I'll be looking to find some way to mod the game to actually give me something to do. Because then there'll be once you've done the tutorials and scenarios, there's nothing else to do. So at that point.
But when I've done all the scenarios, tutorials, and certificates, I'm so exhausted that I can't play this game anymore.
Yeah, too tired.
It's as far as I can get, I'm sure.
Well, I think by the time you've done all the tutorials, certificates, and scenarios, the next Farm Sim will be out.
Oh yeah, right.
And they'll be like, oh, play that then. I'll just play the new Farm Sim instead.
I'm sure they're working on some features that Cattle and Crops has. I'm pretty sure they want to do that. They have to.
Have I got Chrome open? I should have Chrome somewhere. Where's my Chrome window? It's there. It's hiding. I haven't got my stream up and running, so I can't see if it's working. It should be working. It should be live. I don't know if Twitch has done an update to their back-end systems or something recently. But I know on my little Stream Deck gizmo icon thing that I have here, which allows me to change all my scenes and post all my little chat messages and stuff and start and stop my recordings and stuff, there is a little button on here that says viewers. And normally what it should do is tell me how many viewers I have on my stream. But for the last few days now, that button doesn't work. It doesn't show me how many viewers I have.
I know that at the bottom right, it shows, well, outside of the screen, below the continue your subscription, it says how many hours you are streaming, like 32 minutes now.
Yeah.
And next to it, on the left, it says 2 people are watching.
Yeah.
And when you streamed Cattle and Crops, we had 9 viewers.
Very good.
That was a record.
Yeah, because see, my iPad doesn't tell me how many viewers I have, and because I can't see,
mine doesn't either.
I can't, and because I can't see the normal stream window in Chrome or whatever when I'm playing the game, I have to rely on the button on my Stream Deck to tell me if I've got people watching or not. And like I say, whether the Stream Deck needs an update, I don't know, but certainly for the last few days, that's not told me anything.
I mean, it also says on the left side where I have the channels that I have in my favorites. It also says there how many people are watching whatever I have in my favorite list.
Because it also my Stream Deck Gizmo Doodah didn't tell me, like it normally does, that I needed to resubscribe today. Because I wasn't subscribed to myself. So I've had to resub.
Oh, 3 people watching now. You and me and iPad.
You and me and iPad.
Yeah, 3 people.
It should definitely count my iPad as a separate viewer because it's a separate account logged in on my iPad. I'm not logged in as CWATTY on my iPad, I'm logged on with a different account. And also my iPad is running on a VPN, so my iPad technically, at this moment in time, is in America, on an American server.
Ah, okay.
So it has an American IP address, so it will definitely be classed as a separate
You
person.
use VPN or something?
Yeah, I use VPN on my iPad.
There are several such.
Can't use it on my PC at the moment because if I switch the VPN on my PC, I can't stream. The VPN won't let you stream. As I found out the other day when I thought I was live and had been playing for about half an hour, and I was like, why can't I see my stream on the iPad? And I tabbed back to OBS and OBS was like, you're not allowed to stream. So I had to disconnect my PC from the VPN, and of course by doing that it changes your internet connection, changes your location, and straight away the server kicked me out.
I remember because you said there is nothing to do after you have done the tutorials in Cattle and Crops. When this game first came out, I can't see in my Steam account when I bought it. Maybe I bought it outside Steam or just a Steam key, I don't know. But it must be 2 years ago that I played this game, or more, don't know. And they had some missions, that the farmer says, oh, you have to do this and that,
Yeah.
and you had a mission system, which was fine, but now that's totally different.
They removed it for version 1, which is what everybody's complaining about. They're saying, without the missions from the other farmers, what is career mode?
There's
what do you do
nothing
in
to
career
do,
mode?
yeah.
There's nothing to do in career mode.
Well, in career mode, I know what is clear. You cannot buy all the machines. You have to have a certain level and to be allowed to buy a certain number of machines. See, right now you are limited to 16 machines or something.
Yeah. Again,
slots.
Again, from
slots.
what I've been reading on the forum from the people who are replying to these, I don't know if it's the developers doing the replying. I mean, judging by the terrible English most of the time, it could well be. They say, oh, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to go into career mode, and then you're supposed to do the tutorials and stuff inside the career mode. Because then
I hope I don't have to do it. Yeah, okay,
well,
that's what I'm doing.
That's what everybody's like. Well, I hope not, because then I don't want to have to do it again. I don't want to have to do all the tutorials again. A lot of people are like, well, I'm doing it. But
that would be absolutely crazy.
But people are saying, well, okay, fair enough. But when once you've done all the tutorials and scenarios, what is there to do? If you've taken away all the other contracts and missions that were in the early access version, because again, you know, it's like farm sim here. Yes, right now we're seeding one of our fields. Once we finish the field, if we want to, we can go look at the contracts and decide, oh look, there's a cultivating contract on field 28. I might go and do that now and earn some money. That's what's missing from cattle and crops.
especially when you have just one field and not all the equipment, you know.
Yeah.
You may want to rent the equipment the farmer gives you for the missions or whatever. Or just use the one tool that you have on missions just to make money.
But yeah, I mean, I bought Cattle and Crops in 2019. I think I played it for about an hour, didn't like it, so I refunded it. I got Steam to refund me. And then I bought Cattle and Crops again this year in May, because they had apparently done loads of updates, and they were, you know, they now had a publisher and all this stuff, and they were getting ready to do their full release. So I bought it in May, and now started playing it because it's not in early access anymore, but
oh, you did something with the silo.
What?
Well, because I can't repair the truck.
What silo?
Tractor.
What silo?
I'm getting Stevie's silo.
Which one?
I don't know. How would I know?
Well, because it tells you on the screen which silo you're opening.
Yeah, farming silo or whatever it is.
Is it the fermenting silo or is it the
fermenting silo? Yeah. Okay, now I'm at the fermenting silo. Now I have to go back to my tractor and try to repair it. Is it always when the server is doing something? Or?
I think something happens when the server restarts and that, because I had that happen to me the other day.
But now it's working again. But it was... I didn't have that since we started this map. I mean, very much in the beginning I had it.
I think it happened to me the other day, and I was trying to think what it was I was doing that I wanted to press the L3 button for. Might have been fuel. I think I tried to refuel my tractor and I was like, oh, I've opened the silo, so I had to just run to it quickly, turn it off and turn it back on again. Most important thing is to make sure you turn it back on again, because we didn't turn it on the other day when we did all that straw and stuff. I was sat there looking at the
I didn't turn anything off. I just clicked the left stick to activate the menu. That's all. Didn't do anything, and that made it work again. Yeah? Just go there, press the menu, open the menu, and then close the menu and go back.
So now I need to figure out what it is we're going to do next. Now, bearing in mind, I need to actually...
Nice and shiny.
I will have to hop out AFK for a little bit in a few minutes.
For food?
Well, not food, because unfortunately there's no dinner this evening, because Father has a football match he's got to go to. Oh. So I don't get to have any dinner. You need to
pick him up?
I don't get any dinner this evening, but I have to take him to football, and then I have to pick him up again at 9:45 this evening.
Oh, okay.
So I don't see how that works out very good for me. I don't get any food, and yet I have to play taxi driver twice. That seems like a bad deal for me.
Your bonus is you are allowed to drive him. And as a bonus, you don't get any food.
Well, there's loads of work to do now. There's field 2, 3 and 4 to harvest. There's field 5 to harvest. There's field 1 and 10 to harvest.
What happened?
The fields
it wasn't before.
The map is synchronized.
Oh my God.
So we've got potatoes to harvest. Potatoes. Yeah, we've got potatoes to harvest. We've got 2 lots of wheat to harvest. We've got soybeans to harvest. We've got grass to mow.
Exciting.
All exciting. It's all good stuff.
All people come to the server.
All good stuff.
We need all the people now.
So I guess we're going to need...
Can you hire some workers?
Going to need a loading wagon to do straw picking up.
Straw picking up? For what?
Well, wheat,
when soybeans. You did the potato harvest?
Wheat and soybeans. Are we doing potatoes first?
I would like to do the potatoes. Driving there with the ogre wagon.
You're taking your ogre wagon. So are you going to potato harvest then? Does that mean you would like me to do the wheat harvesting?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, you can also do potato.
Well, we've only got one potato harvester, so a bit limited when it comes to potato harvesting. Because once you're driving the potato harvester, I can't really do a lot. Unless I sit on your knee, and that's not really going to be very efficient.
You can also do the potato harvest if you want.
I can do some auger wagon driving for you. I can do.
While you do the.
I can be doing.
While you do the potato harvest.
I can be doing the wheat harvest, and then when you need emptying, I can jump across and empty your potato harvester, and then I can jump back and carry on with my wheat harvesting.
While you do the potato harvest, I can pick up the straw. Uh-oh. I'm stuck in some invisible bush or something. Unbelievable. Don't believe where I'm stuck. You can check it, please.
Are you stuck in the hedges like I am?
The ogre wagon with the ass is sticking on a little bush. It's unbelievable. This is what I hate in this game. Bow. Oh, it's. You need strong arms, I think, to do that.
Yeah, the hedges and bushes around the fields on this game, you don't want to go anywhere near them with the vehicles. Not only do they have collisions, but like I say, you do seem to get stuck on them.
I rammed it with my tractor.
Can't even run fast tonight. I haven't even got fast running enabled. So strong arms might be out of the question.
No, I'm fine. I'm safety. And when I went backwards, you don't see it because there is no door. There's just some hedges. Okay.
Oh, I'm really broke. You got to be up there tonight then. Any time now. So you want me to go?
There's a harvester. There's a harvester on field 28. Are you looking for that? I'm driving it back to the farm.
I need to go AFK for a few minutes while I drive across town and come back.
Yep.
Well, I need to find some shoes to start with. I ain't got any shoes on.
You leave the stream running?
I'm going to leave the stream running. So,
Okay.
Mr. Helgi's now de facto streamer, responsible for entertaining all the viewers.
But they don't see me.
He will be able to tell them lots of stories.
You have to go to the potato field and fly over above it.
Fly over the potato field. Right, let me log in as admin and then I will be able to use the fly buttons.
Or you just stand there at the edge of the field, whatever. Fine.
Bink.
It's not good because the camera does not pick up your password.
Yeah, well,
The
that's a good
keepers.
thing. Now I've got to remember what the buttons are. I think that one makes me go up
Oh, I can go.
in the air. That one makes me run over here. Need to be in a position where I can see the whole field. There we go.
Yeah, very nice.
Perfect. Mr. Helgi will keep you entertained while he's harvesting potatoes.
Still need to drive the tractor, the other harvester to the farm. Just arrived. Park it. Hop into the potato harvester and start harvesting the potatoes. GPS helps. There's a guy flying in the air. That's where is it? Looking down on us. It's a nice potato harvester. Nice and big. I need emptying. 94%, 95. Potato farming, potato farming, potato farming. 65% full. Should be able to make it down to the ogre wagon. Guess I need a truck. This harvester is pretty big. It fills up the ogre wagon in 2 loads. Field 2, 3, and 4 needs harvesting. My God. All 4 fields are visible in the camera. All 3 fields, I mean. Oh. Well, it's 4 with the potato field, of course. Ogre wagon is full. The harvester is still 5% full. It's okay. Taking a truck. Oh, perfect. Not quite.
Oh,
I hear someone.
I'm back. I'm back.
That
Hope
was
you've been
quick.
thoroughly entertained by Mr. Helgi this time.
That was quick.
Hope he's kept you all entertained. Boom, boom, boom. Boy, oh boy.
As entertaining as potato harvest can be.
Entertaining as potato harvesting can be. Should be very interesting.
So is it a local football game?
Yeah. The mighty gingerbreads.
Next time you tell him to walk there.
On the opposite end of town, the stadium. Not on the opposite side of town. In the bad neighbourhood.
Okay.
Or in the area where you have all the riffraff.
You don't want to park there then.
Yeah, you wouldn't do. You wouldn't want to park there, no. Certainly wouldn't want to walk around there in the dark late at night. All the scallywags. Oh, I know what I need to do. Put my hood back on. My hood back on. Well, let me unfold my harvester. Start doing some harvesting.
This is much better looking straws was.
Yeah, this is normal straw. This is the default vanilla in-game straw.
No, I mean compared to cattle and crops.
Oh yeah. Cattle and crops look very weird, I'll be honest.
Little bubbles you put down.
Yeah, the little bubbles. Bubbles?
Straw bubbles.
It's nice to know though that they went with the same physics system as FarmSim for handling bales.
Yeah.
And putting bales on forks, that the bales just do what they want. They don't behave with gravity how you would expect them to behave. And
But to be honest, that is actually the last time you used a fork to lift a bale.
oh yeah,
Since you have an autoloader.
you'll totally auto-load it. The only thing, like I said in the stream, is that the only bale trailer in the game? Because it's got one of those swivelly axles, and I don't want to use one with swivelly axles.
I mean, you get modded ones, I'm sure.
I don't want a swivelly axle trailer. Yeah, I'm hungry now. Can't believe I don't get any dinner. Food. Oh, food. Because the chef's thrown a fit. The chef's gone on strike now tonight.
Is your father normally cooking, or?
No, but because father forgot to tell the chef there was a football match, when the chef started to get the kitchen ready to do dinner, he went in there to start preparing his flask and stuff to take to the football. That's when the chef found out that there was a football match, so the chef was like, well, it's pointless me doing any dinner then, because you're not going to be here.
Yeah, but other people might be here.
Yeah, well...
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. The afterthought. I am. I need to find my truck now. Where's my red truck? All the way over there. What, miles away? Because my argument is always, why is dinner so late anyway? Why do we always have dinner at 6 o'clock? It's too late.
Old habit.
No, it's not.
That's when Dad comes home.
No, because he used to get home at 4 o'clock with him working in the factory. Because he would start work at 7 in the morning and he would finish at 4.
But maybe he had lunch, huh? And he's not hungry at 4.
But no, well, the common thing the chef says is, oh, it's because your sister works nights, so when we have dinner for when she wakes up before she goes to work, so she has her dinner before she goes to work. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm streaming, I'm working. Can I have my dinner before I go to work then?
Yeah. No, you don't care. You don't count.
For me personally, in the morning I do my normal recording and YouTube stuff. When I then take my natural sort of break from that at about 3 o'clock time, that's the perfect time for me to have my dinner. And then once I've had the dinner, I'm then free for the whole rest of the day then for my streaming. I need to start making some new rules, I think. I need to have my dinner before I start
Propose
streaming.
a schedule.
Yeah, I need to have my dinner before I start streaming. After I've done my other YouTube stuff. So 3 o'clock would be perfect, especially for me, because I'm not somebody who eats breakfast or lunch. I only eat one meal a day, which is
So
my
you
dinner.
have to have one meal, yeah.
So for me, if I could have a meal at 3 o'clock, that kind of combines lunch and dinner, it would be great.
You started late and you're almost finished harvesting.
Well, no, because I've
I'm
still
still at it.
got that field to do, and then I've got field 4 to do. I ain't finished yet. Got 2 fields. I've got this field and field 3 to do, which is the same crop, and then I've got the straw to collect. As well.
That's when I'm still harvesting potatoes.
And don't forget to save some normal mucky potatoes to take down to the chips factory.
Some normal mucky potatoes.
Yeah, some normal mucky potatoes. So don't put them all the potatoes in the washer. Save about 80,000 litres or whatever for the chip factory.
I mean, I can drive first to the chips factory and then
Fill the chips factory with whatever it will let you fill it up, and then bring
the rest
back
in
to
the washer.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many chips they actually take now. Potatoes, because that was one of the things the update has done, is increase the capacities a bit, as well as hopefully the production speed of some of those factories, because they're a little bit slow at making pallets, some of them.
What's the button for the factories? Control X?
Not for those no, not for those factories, no, because they're not global company. They're not global company. They don't have any buttons to access them, because they operate on a completely different system. Because those factories are animals, basically.
Okay.
That's how the guy programmed them. They're basically animals, which is why they appear in the animals menu. Which also leads to one of the other little problems you have with those factories that I discovered the other day when I was doing some testing in single player.
You need to fill it with water.
No, you don't need to fill it with water. Apart from the soy drink factory needs water.
So the sugar, it doesn't say how many potatoes go in there. And it needs oil.
Sunflower oil.
There's 3,145 liters oil.
But no, as I discovered in single player the other day, these lovely, wonderful factories, because they are animals and they behave like all the usual animal pens and stuff, they have this wonderful little issue that they share with the chickens and the sheep.
Which is
they
walk around?
No, which is that when the area with the pallets gets full, they complain that there is no room for pallets.
Okay.
Which, you know, you think, oh, that's perfectly fine. It makes sense. You need to go and move the pallets to obviously allow them to create more new ones. The problem is that because they are animals, they still behave like the chickens and sheep. So if the pallet area does get full of pallets and they can't make any more, they still continue to eat all the stuff that's in it. So they'll continue to they'll continue to use up all the potatoes and oil in the factory, but you won't get any new pallets.
So it's just wasting.
It's wasting food. Yeah. So if you ever see one of the factories say there is no room for pallets, you need to go down there straight away and move them. You need to go straight down there and clear them out of the way.
the video I posted with the big silage bunker is, to me, it was surprising that you have not only so many trucks, but why did they tip this stuff on the ground and use a telehandler or something to put it in a bigger truck?
I suppose it was to keep those trailers free so that they could keep running and keep the harvester running.
They probably didn't have enough trailers to run around, you know.
Yeah. So it was quicker for them just to quickly go dump the trailer on the ground and then drive back to the harvester to keep the harvesters running, so as not to slow down the harvesters. And then obviously they're then at that point they can take as long as they want then with the telehandler to scoop it up again and put it into another trailer.
Where did you put the chips factory?
Next door to the sugar factory on the main road as you head down towards the BGA and stuff. So the sugar one I think is the first factory, the chips one is the second one down the road.
You also have, with cattle and crops, it doesn't matter how fast you drive around the corner. The game doesn't notice. With our trucks, you can tip over something and... it's this potatoes. Yeah.
For a minute there, I thought you was going to say there was potato harvesting in cattle and crops. I was like, really? I hadn't noticed. You can do potatoes in cattle and crops.
Not yet. Okay, I have put 117,000 in potatoes. Is that okay? Or should I put more in?
No, it's fine. Fine for now.
Yeah, I still have 30,000 in my truck, which I can dump. Oh, I'm dumping everything. It doesn't matter.
If it'll take everything, then fine. Dump everything in the potato factory.
It took 150,000, which is a trailer load. Can take probably 160,000. It's almost full now. Now we need to put some oil in it.
The oil's a bit weird to deal with. You need to go get the oil from the sunflower factory in the pallets, and then they have to be loaded in round the back of the chip factory. Which is why I got the little red tractor with a front loader on it to pick the pallets up. Because there's not a lot of room to get round the back of the factory with a trailer or anything. So although you can take the sunflower pallets on a trailer to the chip factory, you've then got to take them off the trailer with the front loader to put them round the back.
You cannot unload them and push them in, or?
No, it's going to be far too fiddly to do that. But the good thing is I fixed the weight of the pallet, so it shouldn't tip the tractor over anymore. The pallets have also had their capacities increased, so the pallets of stuff are now 4,000 litres as opposed to 2,000 litres. So each pallet will hold double, which again should mean that the areas don't get full so quickly. Did your trailer get full?
My trailer was full. Yeah?
Yeah, there's still loads of potatoes to harvest.
Yeah, contract is not finished yet.
Contract's not finished yet, right on. Keep that contract running. Earn that money.
Yeah, it'll not get full anymore again.
Just admit that was something funny I did see tonight whilst I was on my little excursion.
What did you see?
Drove past the Pizza Hut in town.
Okay.
Which closed last month because of Corona. It was one of the many businesses that went out of business because of Corona.
Yep.
But obviously, when the restaurant closed on the very last day that it closed, and all the poor staff that worked for it were obviously out of a job and unemployed, when they locked the place up, they decided to leave the lights on.
What?
They left all the lights on inside. I've just driven past it tonight, and obviously this time of night now it's dark, and all the lights are on inside the place, even though it's closed. So they're obviously.
No, I don't think so. They probably do something else with it.
They're obviously running They're obviously making somebody a massive electric bill.
I don't think that. There might be somebody in there.
There's definitely nobody.
They should have noticed. They should have noticed that the lights are on.
Nobody in there. There's no traffic.
Or maybe one of the pissed off employees said, "Okay, if I'm closing the door, I leave the lights on."
Yeah, that's what I reckon has happened. Because I imagine they still have the lease on the building for the main Pizza Hut still own the building for the time being, or are renting the building or the land.
Yeah.
Because obviously Pizza Hut as a company hasn't gone out of business. It's still trading. They've just closed 200 restaurants to try and save money. So obviously in some parts of the world there are still Pizza Hut places open. So obviously somebody is still going to get a big bill. Pizza Hut will still get an electric bill every month until somebody else takes over.
Pizza Hut is open in Germany, of course.
Obviously they'll be
getting. It's not my favorite pizza.
I went into the restaurant a few times. I used to go in there at lunchtimes because they used to do like an all-you-can-eat thing.
Okay.
Which was quite cheap. But I never actually went in there and ordered a pizza because they were so expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And also, I don't know how it is in Germany, but here in the UK, Pizza Hut don't deliver. They don't do a takeaway service. So if you want a Pizza Hut pizza, you have to sit at a table inside the restaurant, order it.
Well, there is a Pizza Hut. They moved and opened a new restaurant some months ago, and they have of course, the inside restaurant, but they also have a takeaway, like say opening, yeah, where you go. They have a counter where you can just buy some slices of pizza at an outdoor counter that opens to the street.
Right.
Like a driveway for people walking. Drive-in for people walking.
You see, our restaurants don't have that.
But I don't think you can order that somebody brings it to you. But
we only have eat in.
But they have just for people walking by. Say, okay, let's have slice of pizza. That's what they're selling there, right? Not like a full pizza or something, just some slices. Leftovers from the tables.
But what I always thought was weird was like in our town, you literally have, if you can imagine, there basically imagine a cross. So you've got your cross, and then in one corner of the cross you had your Pizza Hut factory, your Pizza Hut restaurant. On directly below that, in the other corner of the cross, there is the Domino's pizza restaurant, and then on the other side, in the other corner of the cross, is the McDonald's restaurant. That's how it is in my town. There's literally there's a cross. You come to a crossroads in the town, and on opposite sides of the road there was Pizza Hut, Domino's and McDonald's, all in that one place. That one little area. Right on a busy crossroads, busy junction. So loads of traffic, nowhere to park. And I'm like, how do these businesses run? Because people would have to walk from bloody miles away to get to them. Because there's no parking.
Yeah, Domino's, I saw just some weeks ago that there is a restaurant, Domino's. I didn't know that Domino's was the thing in Germany, but they're opening restaurants now. And for ordering, of course, also.
Because that always confused me. It was like Domino's is a takeaway only place here in the UK.
Oh, you can sit in. It's like a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So to me, I kind of thought, well, that complements our Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut doesn't let you take away here in the UK.
I mean, both things like Pizza Hut and Domino's are probably franchise. That you can get this franchise. You know, you learn how to do things. You have to do things certainly. But whether you just do a takeaway or whether you do a restaurant with takeaway, it's up to you. But Pizza Hut is always a restaurant. I don't know that they have a takeaway service. Don't think so.
So for like me in my town, looking at it, I was like, well, they kind of complement each other, because Pizza Hut was a restaurant that you could only eat in. They didn't do a takeaway. Yeah. Domino's is a takeaway only, doesn't let you eat in. Yeah. So I thought they complement each other quite well. But the bit that confused me about the Domino's was it's a takeaway only, but there's nowhere to park nearby.
It's crazy.
So you order your pizza.
You should have at least 3 parking slots in front of your takeaway place.
You go to collect.
Otherwise, you ask them to bring it to you. Yeah, it's also.
I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can pull it
Switch it on.
I'll see if I can pull it up on Google Maps.
Why didn't I switch it on then? And why does it crop destruction when the potatoes are underground? They should fix that.
See if I can find it.
There's no crop destruction on potatoes.
There is if you run over it before you remove the tops.
Yeah, I mean,
if you haven't removed the tops.
I forgot to switch on the harvester. I lowered the header, but I forgot to switch on because it was full. It was switched off, which is ridiculous. Why does it switch off? Because it's full. And then I made crop destruction, but the potatoes are underground anyway, so you should remove the tops, but not the potatoes.
Right, where's my streamy? Where's my streamy? Let me just switch to. I turn that off quickly, and that shows you my screen. My screen. There was Pizza Hut in our fantastic town.
It's this Google.
Yeah, okay. Google Maps. So there's Pizza Hut on one side of the road. Like here's the main road that runs through the town. So you've got 2 lanes coming out of town, 1 lane going in.
Watch out, don't get hit by the traffic.
Then you've got your McDonald's, like I say, over on the other side of the road, on the other side of the junction, where again you've got the traffic coming in and out of the town.
I see it.
You've got the roads here, so you've got your McDonald's on that corner. You've got pizza.
This looks like a busy road.
It is a very busy. You've got
your nobody can park here.
You've got your Pizza Hut on that bit, but then to make it worse, look, you've got.
But they have a parking. But they have a parking slot, yeah. You can park.
But then you've got your Domino's, and there's no parking there at Domino's because you're right on the traffic lights. Look.
Yeah. So what you do, I tell you, you park at Pizza Hut and buy at Domino's or go to McDonald's.
I'm pretty sure that car park at Pizza Hut was only for staff.
Ah, okay.
I think it was staff parking only. Yeah, it's weird how you get like all these different food places on this one bit of road. On this busy junction.
But it looks like for visitors also, this parking space. No?
This bit always makes me laugh because again today in town we had the situation again at lunchtime today, where some idiot coming out of McDonald's. Obviously, there's 2 lanes of traffic going into the town, and then 1 lane coming out. So, of course, the idiot coming out of McDonald's drives straight across the 2 lanes into this lane and got hit by the car coming out of town.
Okay.
That happens probably 3 or 4 times a week in our town.
Yeah, because it's left and right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You drive on the left, yeah.
The idiots at McDonald's think because they can drive across these 2 lanes, they just have right of way to drive into this lane to then drive out of town. But they get hit every time. The cars, they think, because the cars here are on red, they think, oh, the traffic's stopped. But they forget that you've got the cars coming down the other road and down that road and from in town, which are all coming this way, who are on green.
Very good.
So I don't know if the plan is to ever move it. I know Aldi here is on the move. Our lovely Aldi supermarket is moving soon to a new, bigger supermarket in the town. And a lot of people saying that once Aldi has moved, McDonald's should go in here. They'll have more car parking, and they won't be on a junction.
Well, they can put Aldi, Domino's, and Pizza Hut on this place next to each other.
Where's the other place?
They can all fit in there.
Where's the other place? That's Trent Road. That's it. Aldi's moving to Trent Road. So another nice busy junction here in town with about 4 different lanes of traffic. And Aldi's building their new supermarket on this big empty bit of ground over here. But that makes no sense to me because, again, you've got this busy junction where you've got 2 lanes of traffic and you've got cars that are going to be trying to go in and out. You've got the traffic coming down this way and the traffic this way. It's all... But I love how they put all the food places. Like there's this bit here where they've built... where they got KFC. But there is this picture is obviously out of date because there's now Costa Coffee and Burger King here as well.
Oh, okay.
This is very out of date because right now you've got Burger King and Costa Coffee on the same place. So where you have that little road going out, there's no road there.
Costa Coffee is the mock-up of Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Even almost the same logo for idiots who don't know what it is.
I can't remember what they've built something on here now as well. This photo is very out. I think this is like there's like a big like I suppose it's like a DIY store type place for getting all like bits and pieces, but it's for merchants. You know, it's for people who professionally, like plumbers, joiners, you know, the professional people that do building and stuff get their stuff from. It's not for customers. They've built a big thing over here now, big factory. It's all very weird, but yeah. Google needs to get updated a bit. Yeah, they've got Costa Coffee and Burger King now, so all this lovely bit's gone. Onto Springfield Road. I think there's like a I think this has gone as well. All this has disappeared as well. This building, because it's now a little supermarket, co-op supermarket.
This looks like a silo to me.
It used to be a silo. Malt silo for putting malt in.
Yeah.
It was called the Maltings originally. I always think it's a bit weird, my town, how many places there are to get food from, yet there's nowhere to park at any of them. And certainly to put McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Domino's all on the same junction.
No parking.
No parking.
Just to fuck with you.
Fuck with everybody.
Just walk there. Walk there.
Where cars keep crashing into each other.
Look, I'm almost done with the potato hubs. One little row.
Well, I was done with the wheat. I just need to get the straw picked up now and put in the silage machine. Champions League.
Oh, you got some lag.
Yeah, I think that's why I just crashed into the hedge. I just got a bit of lag then myself. A little bit of a lag spike. Oh, crop destruction.
So far, I had no issues, knock on wood.
Mr. Sealy P, cracking new mods. Has there been new mods released today? Hadn't looked. Has there been new mods for Farm Sim? What's come out today then? Dynamic waypoint. What's that all about? If you are tired of losing your way when travelling to a field, an unmarked location, or just dream of quick teleporting your player to one of these locations, then keep reading. Free to place their own temporary waypoint. Can't you do that already in the game? Can't you already tag places? A tidier shop? What's that all about? The goal of this mod is to try and clean up the store to make it easier to find the right equipment for every task. That changes the shop menu about, does it? Not sure I need that mod. I've gotten quite used to the shop menu as it is. A lot of updates. Animal Pen Extension has had an update. 1.2 output per hour is increased, processing time reduced by half, added corners and input option for pig food, and adjusted the mixing ratio to equal parts. Okay. That's on GTX's pig food machine mixer thingy. Animal Pen Extension update for that is fixes scaling issues on some maps when it's placed manually. Apart from that, I can't imagine what mods have come out today that Mr. CDP would think are cracking mods. But then again, he's a console player, he's very limited. Oh, there's a zero-turn mower. The Zach Moose Mow It Pack. Little ride-on zero-turn mower. All right, if you like those sort of things. Front-mounted straw blowers with auto load, okay, for putting bales in and then blowing straw everywhere. Very interesting. They'll go on telehandlers and stuff by the looks of the screenshot. Lizard Gigant. Hello, Peter Collada. Long time no see. How is the new monitor? I haven't got the new monitor yet, Mr. Collada. I'm still waiting to get the new monitor. I'm hoping for some good Black Friday deals at Curry's so I can order it and get it cheap. At the moment, I'm still using the old monitor, which is the one that's knackered. I found as long as I don't turn the monitor off, it works fine. If I turn it off, when I turn it back on, it has all those lines on the screen, and I have to leave it on them for about an hour before it fixes itself. So as long as I never turn the TV stroke monitor off, it's still working fine, and I'm still able to use it currently. But I will definitely be getting a new one.
Be right back.
So I'm definitely waiting for the, like I say, the Black Friday deals. I was hoping there was going to be something good in the Prime Day sales, but Prime didn't have anything useful in their Prime Day. There was no deals on TVs and stuff or any computer type stuff. I was very disappointed in Prime Day. Oh, can't go that way because there's a hedge. Can't go that way because there's a hedge. But yes, I know which, like I say, I know which TV I want. I've had my eye on it for a bit. It was a little bit cheaper when I first saw it, and then, as is so often the case with these things, as is so often the case, the day I went to order it and buy it, it went up in price. When I first saw it, the day I first saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go home and have a bit of a look and read the info on it. It was about 1,200 quid. It then went up in price by like 289. So at the moment, I'm kind of waiting to place the order. But I like this one because it'll be because it's got the G-Sync in it. It's got G-Sync built in for all us excellent gamers. So a 48-inch 4K OLED telly with G-Sync, definitely worth having. My PC will definitely appreciate that upgrade, because I've been 1080p 60 frames per second for the last 10 years on this TV that I've got now. So the fact I'll be able to play games at 120 frames per second is going to be like crazy, insane. But like I say, I'm hoping come Black Friday that'll come down in price by a couple of £100, and then I'll get it ordered. Get it ordered. Unfortunately, my actual local shop doesn't have any in stock, so I would have to order it for delivery. And I've managed to get my loading wagon stuck. I always end up doing this straw collecting, grass collecting type deal at night, which is very bad. I've got to get out of this habit of doing this at night because it does make it hard to see what you're trying to pick up. It's the same with the GPUs at the moment, yeah. Well, of course, what didn't help with the GPUs was scumbag MSI buying all of the NVIDIA ones to resell at a profit. Scumbags. I mean, I don't use any MSI stuff. I've never bought any MSI equipment, but certainly from that perspective, I never will support them now. I will never ever use any MSI stuff. Because that's about as anti-consumer as you can get. But when it comes to the GPU, I don't think I'll be getting a new GPU until early next year. I don't think. I've got to upgrade my power supply anyway, so I might as well do that first, get that done, and then, you know, come you know, first quarter 2021, there'll probably be more graphics cards available at that point on the market. So I'll have more to choose from. So hopefully, like I say, come sort of probably about February time is when I'll be looking to order a GPU, probably. Hopefully by about February time, that's when the EVGA 3090 FTW3 hybrid will be out, and I'll be able to get one. People say I don't need a 3090, but the way I look at it, was 2 months ago I was going to buy a 2080 Ti, and I was going to be spending 1,300 quid on a 2080 Ti. So why not spend 1,200 quid now and get a 3090? Don't rule out AMDs. The thing is, I've only ever had one AMD graphics card in my whole entire life. And that was on a PC that had an AMD processor. I've always been NVIDIA every other time, so I'm not sure I would want to pair an AMD graphics card with an Intel processor. I think Intel and NVIDIA make a good combo, as I'm sure AMD processors with AMD graphics cards make a good combination. I mean, if I was to ever get a system, if somebody was ever to, you know, if any of these computer companies out there ever decided to send me a PC with an AMD processor, try and test and play with, then I would have a look and see what a AMD processor and graphics card combination can do. No, I've always been Intel CPU. Every PC I've built myself has been Intel. The last PC I bought off the shelf, pre-assembled, was AMD. Back in the days, I think it was like a dual core, AMD dual core with a Radeon something or other graphics card in it. I got it from Mesh Computers, if you can believe it. It was the one I used when I worked at the golf club. When I used to work for the golf club, I used to have it in my office at the golf club for doing all my, like the website designing and all the shop inventory and everything, keeping track of all the inventory and stuff, and doing all the bookkeeping on, and like all the staff management and everything. And then obviously when the golf club decided to part company with me, I was like, fuck it, I'm taking the PC with me. It's my PC. So
where do you want to put the straw?
I'm dropping it into the silage machine.
Okay.
Because I think the silage is better priced than straw. So I wouldn't necessarily put an AMD graphics card in my current PC because it's Intel. So hence why Nvidia 3090 will be going in my current PC. Like I say, if I ever get a new PC, or someone wants to, one of these companies wants to donate a new PC to me, I would consider trying an AMD now, because obviously AMD's changed a lot in the last few years.
And to be honest, a 3080 is enough.
Well, yeah, 3080 is
for
enough.
me.
But like I say, I saved up for the 2080 Ti, so I might as well spend the money. And plus for me as well, for me doing my video rendering and stuff like that, and video recording and that.
Yeah, rendering is definitely an
3090
advantage with the 3090.
will definitely come in very useful for that. It will speed up my rendering times no end in Vegas, and well, certainly in Vegas. I don't know about Adobe, because Adobe do things a bit differently. Their codecs are a bit different in Adobe, but I can't see why it wouldn't do it in Adobe. So all the grass is collected. All the straw, should I say, not grass.
I mean, we can forward time and do field 4, then start.
Also, another reason for going 3090 is because you can still SLI the 3090. You can't do that with the 1080, with the 3080.
You can't?
No.
Okay.
Can't SLI the 3080 or 3070. I mean, chances of me having two 3090 graphics cards, probably slim, but it's always nice to have the option. If you ever wanted to have two and connect them together and have enough power to end the world.
Yeah, that's not far away from each other.
If you've got enough slots, yeah, if you've got enough height on your motherboard, I suppose that's the big thing.
Yeah.
I do remember us having this conversation a couple of weeks back, Mr. Helgi, and I think I decided then I didn't have room in my current case for an SLI configuration. Didn't I?
Definitely.
Because of course on the CPU shroud in my case, on top of that shroud is where the SSD hard drives are mounted. So for me to run a 3090 SLI config, I'd end up losing two of my SSDs. I'm sure I'd want to do that.
It's still early.
Oh, somebody didn't fast forward enough time.
Why not?
10 to 6. It's still going to be an hour before it gets light.
I have to get up that early.
I don't know how well, I kind of know how time management works in cattle and crops, but I've not had to do it yet. So far, all the tutorials that I've been doing in that game are in the daytime.
Or you can forward days, you can forward hours. Yeah.
I'm a bit confused now. Keep pressing the wrong buttons. Don't put the cruise control on there. I would have thought our normal fermenting silo would have took hay. It doesn't seem to want to let me unload hay into it.
Maybe. If I take I need to have a truck for the loading, for the,
It'll do chaff, grass, sugarcane, silage, straw, and then all the extra. Yeah, it doesn't do hay. Don't know why I thought it would do hay. But I can put it in this silo over here. I don't know whether you noticed, but I've placed a little silo next to the animal area, which we can put like grass and hay and straw and stuff in for when we need to feed the animals, so it's a little bit closer to the animal area. And then I've also put the alfalfa silo in here for doing the alfalfa silage.
Okay.
And then the bunker that's next to it now only takes the grass and makes normal silage. In both lanes, it will only do grass and silage in both lanes because it's gone back to default. So, what's the next job we're doing? What's the next task?
You need, of course, to do harvesting, but I want to do some movement. I move some oil, sunflower oil, to the chips factory.
Yeah. So, do you want me to go and get the sunflower oil on the trailer?
I'm just sitting in the truck with the trailer.
With the trailer? Sure, you've got the truck with the trailer, the auto-load trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So...
I mean, you can wait with the telehandler or what it is.
Yeah, if you go down to the sunflower factory then, load it up with the pallets. They are just pallets, so as if you was picking up fertiliser or seed. So on your auto load menu, just select pallets. And then I'll bring the little red tractor down with the front loader on. And then once you've unloaded the sunflower pallets at the chips factory, I can then pick some up, take them, whiz them around the back, drop them in the back bit. And then if you've got the trailer with the truck then, if things like the sugar, any sugar pallets outside the sugar factory or anything, you can pick those up and take them and sell them then.
To sell?
Yeah, because they don't get used in anything else. Yeah, I've got to think where I'm putting my Giants certificate plaque thing. Right now it's just kind of like sat somewhere. I need to be framed little thing. Okay. Proper bolted on the back. It's proper like the metal thing.
So the sugar factory is next to the potato chips, yeah?
Yeah.
And the sunflower is
right down the bottom of the map. Next to the flour factory.
What is this? Let's see. What is this? Product. What is this producing here?
What?
Sugar. This is sugar. Okay, then the next is what?
Next building to that is the chips factory. Then you keep going down that road.
Yeah,
you go past.
But chips and the output is the sacks of chips. Yeah, okay. Then go further.
Then you go further down the road, you go past the BGA and everything, keep going down the road, all the way to the bottom of the map, right down to the bottom corner of the map where there's a bit of land, and on that bit of land there is the flour factory and there's the oil factory. I've got to remember which way out of here I go round. I don't have a green screen. I'm using the Chroma Cam software application thing to digitally remove my background, which is why it flickers a bit, and sometimes my steering wheel randomly appears. Depends on the lighting in the room and what settings I've got it switched on at. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I obviously in this room I don't have room to set up a green screen. I do own a green screen. I bought one of these pop-out foldable jobby ones, bit like a like pop-up camera screen type thing, reversible. But it was massive.
Should I take the flour as well?
Yeah, if there's any flour, if it's produced any pallets, pick them up. They'll all go to the same sell points to sell. It was just I mean the pop-up green screen I've got, once you took it out the little bag and unfolded it, it was about 6.5 foot high with about 4 foot wide, which was just massive. It wouldn't fit in my room anywhere.
We can cut it to make it smaller.
I then contemplated the option of getting one of those Elgato ones, seeing if I could mount it to the ceiling and pull it down, a bit like a blind. And then I thought to myself, well, why don't I just get a blind and mount a blind on the ceiling that I could roll down, roll up once I finish with it. But then the problem with that is where the ceiling light is in this room. Because this room is so small, it's only, you know, 6 by 8. My office is only 6 by 8. The ceiling light's kind of in the wrong place.
So where do you put the sunflower oil? Is it on the right side of the potato factory?
No, the sunflower pallets have to go round the back, but you won't get the truck round there. For the chip factory, you just want to unload the sunflower pallets at the front somewhere. Then I can move them with the...
I mean, it's over here, or...? It's not unloading right now.
I don't know where you are.
Unloading.
You're looking to upgrade your Galaxy S5 Plus to a new Android. Do you have any recommendations? I'm not interested in Apple's iPhone. I am the worst person to ask for that because I don't use Android. I do have an iPhone.
It's working. I'm finished.
Oh. I haven't had an iPhone since I think the original Samsung Galaxy.
And the potato chips as well, or selling?
Yeah, there's one pallet of potato chips here. Yeah, if you want to pick them up. Again, I did have an Android. As I say, I had one of the original Samsung Galaxies for a few years. But again, the problem was when I started working for Currys in 2010, was it? 2011. When did I start working for Currys? I think it was 2011. It was a bit of a faff, me carrying an iPod and an iPhone and having to do all the checking it in, checking it out, getting searched and stuff like that. And so in the end, what I did, I got rid of both the Samsung Galaxy and the iPod, and I just bought an iPhone that did both, did both things in one device, which was much easier. I only had to sign in the one item then every day when I went to work and sign it out again. So I've kind of been locked into iPhone for a long time now because of all my music and stuff on Apple Music and iTunes. Because although I have an iPhone, I don't actually ever use it to call anybody or text anybody. It's for me to listen to music and watch me videos and on, or watch me football on like I'm doing now. I never call anybody and never text anybody because I don't know anybody in real life. I don't know any real people. I only know the computer people. Like Mr. Helgi and yourself, Pete, you know?
I'm a real person.
Why not just get an iPod? Because I don't think they do iPods anymore. Not like the one I had. The real big, ginormous, like 160 gigabyte type iPod. Now they just do these little like 4 gig and 8 gig things, which are nowhere near big enough for me with all my music and videos. Pretty sure all like the big iPods they stopped doing. I'm sure they did. I'll have a look. Oh no, they do the touches. They still do the touches, but I think they only go up to 32 gig. They only go up to 32 gig, and my phone is 256, and I've nearly run out of space on it. Sure they do. Oh no, they will do a 256 now. Okay. £399.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for an iPod. Oh, it's an option, I suppose. It's an option. When this phone needs replacing, I could definitely see me switching to one. Definitely. The thing I need to upgrade next is my tablet, really. Because my iPad is quite old.
Why is it not selling flour?
Where are you? Which sell point?
Supermarket.
Mr. Jaggis has resubbed. Thank you for the 7-month subscription, Mr. Jaggis. Thank you for your continued support. Flour? Does flour go to the supermarket? It should do, yes.
What did I do? Yeah, but it's not selling. The pallet is not going.
Is the pallet on the trailer or on the ground?
It's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's on the selling point.
Which is supermarket. I might have to come down and pick it up. Some of these pallets are still little bit finicky when it comes to getting them to trigger. Which is why I tonight installed those 2 extra trailer mods. There we go. Sold. Disappeared.
No, on my trailer.
You've auto-loaded it.
It's still on my trailer. Ching.
Yeah, on that particular trailer, I can tell you now what you need to do. If the pallet won't sell, if you've auto-loaded it again, you keep picking it up as I'm trying to sell it.
So what should I do on this particular trailer?
If you unload it straight on, if you unload the pallet onto the actual trailer, then disconnect the truck and drive away. Leave the trailer on the sell point. That usually should, normally it makes it low enough that it where'd the pallet go?
It's next to you.
Ah. Is that? It's not selling.
Shall I go to a different sell point? What is it?
It's flat flour. What different sell point? See if it's that sell point that's broken, but it shouldn't be, because that sell point will, the supermarket takes like eggs and stuff, doesn't it? Potatoes.
I mean, the supermarket takes flowers as well. Flour. Supermarket is the highest price. Chips milk, another one.
Takes potatoes. Does it take eggs? The supermarket. Eggs. Yeah, supermarket takes eggs, so it should handle like pallets and piece items.
Well,
and it sold the other pallets.
I sold other pallets as well right now. And I also sold flour because it was more than one pallet. But this one didn't want to take.
Super Mr. Jaggis there with his subs and his rewards. He's gifted rewards to 5 other chatters. Excellent, Mr. Jaggis. You're going to tell me something like the potato pallets of the
What?
You're going to tell me something like the flour pallets are broken and don't work, aren't you?
I'm not telling you anything.
If you go to another sell point and you can't sell it, then that's an indicator that the flour pallets for some reason are broken. And I'm going to have a look into that mod to figure out what's going on with it. Maybe have to contact the mod author to say, do you realise you can't actually sell the flour pallets? There's something
But I did sell flour pallets because I had more than one.
Unless the flour pallets are just a bit glitched out at the minute because I've updated the mod midway through them making stuff, and I've changed the capacity of the pallets and the weight of them.
This sell point I can go outside as well, right?
Yeah. So if it doesn't sell, just dump it down somewhere and ignore it. It's probably not a real pallet. There's probably nothing actually in it. And no doubt when the server restarts and stuff, it'll probably actually disappear. Because the problem is when the sell point spawns a load of pallets,
No, it's not selling.
when the sell point spawns the pallets, and I think it does 12 pallets. Each of the factories do 12 pallets. Each pallet by default holds 2,000 litres. But I've now changed it so the pallets hold 4,000. But you still end up with those 12 pallets sat outside when you start up, and then they go a bit weird. What I should have really done was sold all the pallets and cleared all the pallets before I updated the mod. Because it causes glitches. yeah, if it's not selling that one pallet of flour, just chuck it down. It's a dummy pallet. It's not real.
I mean, it doesn't sell it. It's now sitting there on the sell point.
Yeah,
Eventually,
it'll disappear. It'll disappear. It'll disappear the next time the server resets. I don't for 1 minute think there's anything in that pallet. If in actual fact, if I put the object info mod thingy on and went and looked
there's
at
a
that,
tractor on the road. A tractor with some forklift that you left there
I'll fetch it in a minute.
next to field 4.
I'll fetch it in a minute. I'll just fetch it. Sell point. So if I go Control G and turn on the object mod, I bet there's absolutely nothing in that. I bet there's nothing in that. Oh no, apparently there is 4,000 litres in it. I'll figure it out. I'll get it fixed.
All our hard-earned money.
I'll find some way to fix it. But the other pallets, the other ones sold, the other flour pallets sold. So the other flour pallets were working properly. It's just that one. Right, that's fine. So it's not a fault with the mod then. It's something that it sounds to me like
I sold the potatoes, chips. I sold the.
It sounds more like something the server's done.
The sugar sold.
Sounds more like something the server's done in the middle.
I pushed them around, to get them sold.
Well, like I say, ideally, what I would like to get is a different trailer for handling the production pallets. Big trailer's great for doing bales, and it's fantastic for doing bales, but I think I would want a different trailer for doing the pallet. I don't know whether these trucks are any good. I've never used these before. They might be a little bit too high. There's that IT runner trailer thing, which I quite like, because you can put that on an IT runner trailer and then slide it off again if you ever need to for auto loading. But the one I think I would get is the big text, the one that you had such a problem downloading earlier. Because I find this trailer to be just the perfect height. Some mega ramps on it, and then you can drive vehicles on it too. And that to me, when I've used it in single player, that seems to be just the right height for selling pallets of stuff. Egg pallets, wool pallets, whatever you drive out, that they seem to be, that trailer seems to hold the pallets at just the right correct height that the triggers and everything get registered properly. So and it's quite cheap. It's only like 12 grand for one of them trailers. Very cheap. So what we're doing next, because now it's daylight, I can actually kind of see what's happening.
Start harvesting on field 4.
Field 4, which is the sunflowers.
No,
soybeans. Soybeans. Field 5's going to need lime. So whilst you quickly start harvesting, I think I will quickly fertilise fields 2, 3 and 5. There's a tractor running somewhere. No, there's a mower running. Someone's left the mower running. I will quickly fertilise fields 2, 3 and 5, and then I will come and assist you with maybe some straw collecting of the soybean straw.
Yep.
And then obviously field 5 will need to be limed and ploughed prior to its next planting. Fields 2 and 3 will be cultivating. The cultivating plies is seeding. Right, I'm about to connect this fertiliser sprayer to this John Deere tractor, Mr. Helgi. Do you know what fertiliser I need to put in it and what rate I need to have it spraying at?
It's probably 50% phosphate and 15% of nitrogen. And what was the other stuff? Kalium?
Nitrogen, phosphate and potassium.
Potassium.
Yeah. NPK.
Was it not kalium? Kalium?
No, potassium is K. Chemical symbol for
K?
potassium is K. Yeah. That's why it's NPK.
I
That's
thought
what. That's
kalium.
the initials.
Yeah, kalium is K. Not calcium. Kalium.
I wasn't saying calcium because calcium's lime. Unless you,
Yeah,
in Germany
right.
you call it something that's different, but
You need lime for the
in
fields,
England,
of course.
in the English
fields
cattle
need
crops, it was
lime.
potassium.
But calcium is not kalium. But whatever. You're probably right.
No, as I say, when it comes to fertilisers, I know it's nitrogen, potassium and phosphate. So really, you need to put bananas on your field to get your potassium. Bananas are a rich source of potassium. I know that because when my father went to hospital to have his cardio thingy-majiggy procedure the other year, when they did his blood test on the day of the procedure, he couldn't have the procedure because his potassium levels were too high, because he'd stupidly the night before sat and ate a bunch of bananas. Because he knew he wasn't allowed to have anything to eat the day of the procedure, and he wasn't going to be able to have anything to eat before when he got up in the morning. He made sure he sat and ate, for whatever reason, a bunch of bananas for his supper. And then his potassium levels were too high, so they couldn't do the procedure. We got all the way into the hospital and everything, and then they couldn't do it, so they had to reschedule it for a couple of weeks later. When he had his shock treatment. Procedure thing. But yeah, certainly that element of cattle and crops, I can definitely see some of the sort of like the casual gamers having lots of issues with that. The fertilizer, trying to calculate what type of fertilizer and how much they're going to need and how many kilos.
Here in Germany it has nitrogen, phosphate and kalium, K. I'm not sure whether kalium is potassium. That's what it has for. Let me see. Kalium.
Working out your kilograms per hectare. Kilos per hectare.
Potassium, K, chemical properties. The name is derived from English word potash. The chemical symbol K comes from kalium, the medieval Latin of potash, which may have derived from the Arabic word kali, with a Qali, meaning alkali. Potassium is a soft silver-white metal, member of the alkali group, so it's the same thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Potassium is kalium. Okay. We both right. Great.
I just know it's NPK. I've always known it as NPK, as the free fertilizers.
Yeah. K is not potassium. K is for kalium.
Yeah, but
Kalium.
it's still the chemical symbol on the periodic table for potassium. Still K.
K.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't really match the word potassium. There is no K in potassium.
Well, there's loads of things. There's loads of things like that. If you look at the periodic table, where the little letters don't match the actual word. There's Mr. Helgi harvesting. Yeah, I can definitely see a lot of people not liking that aspect of cattle and crops, that fertilising business and calculating how much you need
Just ignore it then
for your field
and get less yield.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. I understand it and I can do it. The only bit that I would say they need to improve on and fix is that the little calculatory gizmo for doing it, working it all out, isn't on that computer inside the house on that tiny little screen, but is actually in the menu when you press the menu button, and you get all the calendar and field info and all those separate screens on that menu, those separate tabs. The fertilizer calculator should be on a tab in that menu where you can see it full screen and allow you to actually type in.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing the tutorial and it says select superphosphate and then select 30,000 kilos, and you're increasing that thing each time you click that button, it only goes up 100 each time. It's like,
hold on. On the top right, you can select 10, 100, 1,000.
Well, yes, you can eventually when you notice that. But if you don't notice that, like I didn't originally, I'm
you
sat there
are
clicking,
like an idiot.
I'm sat there clicking that button like an idiot, increasing the thing by 10, and I'm like, this is going to take me hours to click this and get 30,000.
Yeah.
This is going to take hours. What map is this? This is Snetterton's Farm, Mr. Jaggis. This is another
game.
This is another map.
The game should actually tell you
Mr.
after the
Stevie.
10th click. Look at the top right.
Yeah, look at the top right. Yeah, this is another one of the maps by Stevie. So the guy who did Fenton Forest, Lakeland Vale 2. This is Snetterton's Farm, which is his last map. I'm not sure if he's making any more maps for this game now. He did post on his Facebook pagey thing that he was kind of, because of work commitments and stuff.
What's the filling level of the harvester?
14,
how much is in the
000?
harvester? 14,000? Okay, then it's okay. Because it looks so tiny in my truck. 9%.
Well, yeah, because your truck will hold 150,000 litres. Your harvester only holds 14,000. So, yeah, when you empty the harvester into the truck, it looks like the crop's disappeared.
Yeah. Where is it going?
Unless, of course, you have the truck that we started with on the map, which doubled every crop that you put into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a weird glitch as well. because that was kind of cheating. It's like, hang on a minute. I had 13,000 litres of soybeans in the silo. I filled the truck up and I had 26,000 litres. I was like, how does that work? Took it to the sell point, sold it, and got 26,000 bucks for it. And I was like, okay. There's something not quite right there. And what's worrying about that is that was a vanilla truck. That's one of the ones that's in the game. That wasn't a mod. So there's a bug with one of the vanilla trucks, and I'm like, I hadn't noticed that before because it's very rare I play with vanilla equipment. Now, most of this straw that you're doing now for the soybeans, that goes to the BGA, doesn't it? Because that tends to be the best price for that soybean straw and what have you.
Yep. I think it's still the case, yeah.
Which means chuck it all in the silo first and then take it to the BGA in the trucks again? The trucks hold more. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Am I going to use that? I'm going to look now. Where's my loading wagon? There it is. For a minute there, I thought I was going to steal Mr. Helge's Fendt. And I was like, no, I couldn't do that. Surely I've got my own tractor somewhere with my own loading wagon. I just couldn't remember where I parked it. There it is.
I'm pressing full speed and the game doesn't tell me you are too fast.
At least I fixed that now though in Cattle and Crops, because now at least I can change the cruise control speed using the plus and minus keys.
Yeah, that's pretty clever.
So I can actually make the cruise control slow enough to do the job that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I was manually trying to drive 5 to 7 kilometers per hour for the baling.
Because although each vehicle has 3 stages of cruise control, which you can select by just keep pressing the button, the cruise control
but
button.
the lowest stage is 10 kilometers per hour. So it's not working.
It varies from tractor to tractor. The different stages, the different stages, the different speeds are different from tractor to tractor. Like on the class tractor, stage 1 was 10 kilometers an hour, which was too fast. Yet on I think the Deutschfahr tractor, stage 1 was 7 kilometers an hour, which was just the right speed when I was doing all the cultivating, seeding tutorials. That was perfect for those. That Deutschfahr, 7 kilometers an hour, perfect. But then it gave me the class tractor and said go baling, and I put cruise control on, and it was like, you're too fast, because it was trying to drive at 10 kilometers an hour. And it's a bit like when I was doing some of the fertilizing as well. The first cruise control phase was a little bit too slow, and yet the next stage was like 15 kilometers an hour, and that's like too fast. So it's a bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You're trying to find the setting that's just right. And at least now the plus and minus keys give me that option. But it's Mr. Pete has got to go. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Pete. Hope to see you again soon. Good night for now, sir. Take care.
Soybeans we sell, right? Chaps Mill pays the most.
Yeah, we can
Not
sell the
very much,
soybeans
but
at the minute. We can sell them. Keeping me eye on the clock because obviously I'm going to have to run off again in a minute. But that'll probably be end of stream anyway at that point. So it's 9:05. I'm trying to think what time the football match will end. I think it's probably 9:45, which means I probably need to leave the house at about 9:30 to make sure I'm there. We can get parked somewhere ready for him to wander out and scoop him up and come home.
yeah, we will be finished with this field, I guess.
I might also look to see if I might be able to get some food while I'm out from somewhere, because I'm getting hungry now. Getting hungry. Not had any food today.
Go to sleep before you eat, before you get hungry.
Might have to have some Haribo. Might have to have another Haribo dinner.
Oh, that's not good.
Have another Haribo dinner. Still got some of them yellow bellies left. Out of that big bag that I had. Still got a few left. Mbappe. Great save from David De Gea. I can't remember what the name. What's the name of the map in Cattle and Crops?
I have no idea what's. It's only one map.
Yeah, I mean it's easy. It's
Must
easy
be
to.
somewhere in the north of Germany.
I mean it's easy to forget the name of the map because there's so many in that game to choose from.
Yeah.
So spoiled
It
for
doesn't
choice.
matter what name it is. It's the only one map. I mean, it's set. The setting is North Germany, Lüneburg, somewhere.
That would be like Farm Simulator launching and saying the only map you can play is Ravenport.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
And
like,
it's not much bigger. It's not much bigger. And they have this map now for 3 years. Huh?
yeah. I do know. I don't know if you've noticed though, but certainly doing the tutorials and that. Sometimes when I was driving to some of those fields, the mini-map, the roads on the mini-map didn't actually match up with what was actually on the screen.
Okay, didn't know.
It was showing roads on the mini-map that weren't actually there. It's like, I wonder if at some point they have changed the map a bit and then haven't updated the PDA thing.
The minimum.
So much to play. So much playing of things that needs to be done. Like next week, I'm going to have to play Hunter Classic next week. Because they're going to be doing their Halloween
Because of
event.
Halloween.
Yeah. It's always nice to go and hunt the werewolves once a year
Yeah,
in that game.
I don't like that. I'm scared.
On that map.
Thinking about it, I'm already scared.
On that one map. It's about the only time I play Hunter Classic is when it does the Halloween event each year. When they have the werewolf map.
But it's not on the Call of the Wild.
No, they don't do out like that on Call of the Wild.
Okay.
That is such a shame.
I don't have Hunter Classic, so
They should do something like that in Call of the Wild, I think. They really should do a special event once a year for Halloween. But rather than do it for like a few days like they're doing Hunter Classic. They need to do it for like a month. Give people like proper time to do it. Like have a special reserve that is only available to play like for 1 month of the year, where they have these special animals and stuff on it that you get to hunt and collect trophies on. Put in your lodges like Bigfoot, werewolves,
Yeti,
yeah.
Yeti,
They could have a special. They could have a special one-time only like map thing, where you get to play it for the whole month, and then it's gone till the next year. So if you didn't get the chance to hunt any and taxidermidize any, you've missed out for a year. It was better than the system they did have, because they did do a Halloween event when Call of the Wild first launched, because there are Steam achievements for it, but they never ever brought it back again because it was so buggy and glitchy.
And you can still play this event if you set your computer clock to a different date.
Can you? I didn't think you could.
I don't think so, but sometimes it happens.
Because it completely changed the AI behaviour of all the animals. Because they were zombified. They were zombie animals.
It would be fun if you just change the computer clock to Halloween, and you get this.
I know a lot of people complained about it, how broken the animals were after the event ended for quite a period. Because they made all the animals zombies, and you had to brain shot them to kill them. It was the only way you could kill the animals and harvest them, was to brain shot them. And then when the event ended, a lot of the animals on the map still carried on behaving like that. So people were complaining that they couldn't kill any of the animals. No, and I think they ended up having to. I think they had to do a population reset for everybody. They had to release a patch that reset everybody's animal populations to get rid of all these zombie animals and put them back to normal, which is one of the reasons why I don't think they've ever done the event after that. But the problem with that is that there are literally like 3 or 4 achievements on Steam that you can never ever get now. If you're one of these people that likes getting achievements in games and getting, 100% on a game, you can't do it on Call of the Wild.
Where am I driving? All over the place.
Why am I tipping that? I've tipped that in the wrong silo.
And crop destruction, excellent.
Crop destruction?
Excellent. Excellent.
You're not backing up to the cloud again, are you? You're not getting lag?
No. Just not using my brain.
We're under the cosh at the minute. United can't get out their own box. If you're into your Champions League football.
I was surprised that the harvester was already full again.
It's 1-1. They've equalised. Marshall scored an own goal. Well done, Marshall. Why has he done that? There's no need for that, Marshall. There's no one near. It's an unforced error. Oh, damn it. PSG. I don't like Paris Saint-Germain. Don't like that club. I don't know how they get the money that they've got and are able to spend on the players that they buy every year. Because surely at some point they have to pay that money back. Because I thought there was like a whole fair play thing in football. Financial fair play system. You could only spend the money that you actually earn. Yet they regularly keep buying all these players for like 200 million. It's like, well, how do they earn that much money? They've got no fans.
I mean, for so much money, you just need one player and you don't need 11. He should be able to play the game himself. To win the game against any other team without any team members. For that much money, it's unbelievable.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens if the news report today is correct. The top clubs in Europe are going to be joining this European Premier League thing.
Don't know.
Because it was on the news today here in the UK, because Liverpool and Man U are two English clubs that have apparently signed up for it. Because joining this European Premier League, they get to make they'll make £4.6 billion.
Billion?
Yeah, £4.6 billion in prize money. Just prize money, that is, for being part of the league each year. And as they will be classed as as founding teams, alongside teams obviously like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Dortmund. They won't be able to be relegated from the league for 20 years.
Oh.
So that means for 20 years they're guaranteed they're guaranteed 4.6 billion a year for 20 years.
Yeah, it's money printing.
Yeah, looking ridiculous. Obviously,
it's like in America, the baseball. They just have to have enough money to play in the league.
But of course, the big concern then from everybody else is, well, if clubs like Man U and Liverpool go off to join this European Premier League, what happens to English football?
Oh.
Who's going to want to watch the Premier League or whatever if those clubs aren't in it? And if those clubs aren't in it, does that mean the money for those leagues will disappear? Will Sky want to show Premier League football if there's no Man U's, Liverpool's, Man City's, Arsenal's? Will it kill off all the other clubs? I'm flipping. So far, I think every single flipping trailer of straw I've collected, I've delivered to the wrong place.
You are talking too much. You're watching football as well.
I don't think I've delivered one trailer load to the correct silo yet. The correct silo is the one in the middle of the farm, because then I want to be able to put the straw into a truck and take a truck to the BGA. So many distractions going on at the minute. Oh, what a crunching tackle. Clean tackle, he says. Ooh, don't know about that. From where I was looking at, didn't look very clean.
Driving into the hedge.
Driving into the hedge. Don't drive into the hedges, you get stuck if you drive into the hedge. And then you definitely need strong arms to get out.
The pallet is still there.
The hedges are like, are sticky.
Look at all the money we got again.
Yeah.
Almost 700,000.
Loads of money. Was that from the soybeans?
Yep. It's so hard to get a full trailer with soybeans.
Because the
I
yield's
think
so
you need
low.
field 23 or something.
Yeah, you need
22.
17. What you
Might
need,
just not be enough.
what you need is field 17, 18, and 19, and join them all together,
Yeah.
and then you'd get a full trailer of soybeans. Right, this time I'm definitely putting the straw in the correct silo. Well, that's not true, is it, Mr. Commentator? You've just kind of contradicted yourself there. You said Paris Saint-Germain have scored 35 goals in their last 36 Champions League matches. So they've basically scored in every match but one. Okay, that's fine. Leave your statement there. Paris Saint-Germain have scored in 35 of their last 36 games in the Champions League. Perfect. But then he goes on to say the Anthony Martial goal. Well, Anthony Martial's a Man United player. So it's therefore not a Paris Saint-Germain goal, is it? They didn't score. He put the ball in his own net.
Goal is goal.
My truck's bloody disappeared now. Who's robbed my truck? And why's my red truck all the way over here?
Because I used it.
Right, I want straw of the soybean variety. What? Yeah. Take this down to the BGA. Obviously, there's not a full trailer of soybean straw to take down to the BGA and sell.
Somehow.
Because it's in about 5 different silos. There is still 310,000 litres of corn straw, though, in the silo. That would have given me a full trailer if I took that instead. Whoa.
Thank you. Where are you driving? That's not a road.
That's not a road. Where I'm going, I don't need roads. Clearly I do. Clearly you do.
You're not flying.
I'm not flying.
McFly.
Fly.
You're yellow.
Hey, McFly. You in there, McFly?
Anybody home?
Anybody home, McFly?
I hate manure.
Factories, factories, factories. Oh, sugar. Some sugar. Some chips. Yeah, although the factories are producing faster now, they take some longer to fill the pallet. Hello? What do you want? I'm here, yeah? What do you want? What do you want? Radio.
Tell me what I want.
Sort of,
I really want. I can tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
Hello? What does Mr. Helgi want?
Tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
That was a father wanting.
Spice Girls.
That was father
You don't
wanting
know?
to be picked up.
Spice Girl.
His match is finished, apparently. He'll have to stand in the cold for a bit, because I'm doing soybean straw.
Is this finished already?
Yeah. Obviously, they've lost. There's no need for extra time or penalties tonight. So game's over.
Yeah, quit as well.
Game over, man. Game over. He's broke my football match now. My football match is frozen. Bring the truck back, and that'll be a good point. Good point to pause and end the evening's stream. It's been a long day of streaming today. With 4 hours of cattle and crops earlier this afternoon, and then farm sim
right.
tonight. I've been very busy today. It's about time I had a rest. Had a break. Had some food.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Is that the same commercial you have?
Yeah, that's what we have over here. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
It's the same in Germany. Even in English, they say it.
And then we have the other one as well, the Diet Coke break. Do you have that in Germany?
No.
Do you have those adverts in Germany?
No.
The Diet Coke? It's usually an office full of women who...
I think we don't call it a Diet Coke. We have...
sugar-free or something.
Yeah, light. It's called light, I think. Cola light. It's where the guy brings the Coke or something. So
there's usually some really handsome guy built like a bodybuilder with his shirt off, and all these women just stand there looking at him because he's drinking his Coke Light or Diet Coke, and he's usually a builder or a window cleaner or something, and they have their watches set so at the same time every day, and they all pile up round the window.
Yeah.
The Diet Coke break, as it's called in the UK.
Yeah.
They probably can't do those adverts today. They're probably sexist or something. Probably considered sexist.
Probably. Yeah.
Not politically correct. You can't view men as objects.
Well, at least it was a little bit equalizing for all the other commercials that have women in the focus.
Right.
Somehow.
There's one thing I need to do. I need to find the one item that's 17%, and I need to repair it because it's annoying me every time I tab across the shop menu and I see that. It's probably a weight. It's probably a tractor weight or something that needs repair. That's at 17%. Yeah, it's gone. That's it. It was one of the AGCO weights. That's fine. That's done. Right, I will save. I will log off. I will go fetch my father. So thank you, everybody who's tuned into today's streams. Thank you to Mr. Helgi for the wonderful work on the farm this evening, and the great company he's been all afternoon watching cattle and crops and also farm sim.
Yep, thanks.
Obviously, if you want to watch any great content, head over to the YouTube channel. There's loads of stuff over there to watch. Plenty of these streams have been... The VODs have been shipped over there as well over the last few days. The cattle and crops one will probably end up on there in a day or two if you did miss the stream today. So, thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Good night. Good night, Mr. Helgi.